يا شافعي يا رسول الله بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Hello, wherever you're watching or listening from. This is The Other Woman on Lights Radio. You can join us via Facebook, YouTube, The Lights Radio. Alternatively, just download the Radio Garden and Lights Radio is on. We are live. It's The Other Woman. Lights with the S. Bear that in mind. Right. So today on the show, I'm being joined by someone who is wearing multiple caps, and we had to get him in the studio just because of this topic we're going to be discussing. I'm also expecting Barrister Khadija Ilavari to join in. She's trying to join, but for some reasons I can't see her yet. But I'm sure when she joins, it's going to be an interesting discourse. Aisha Adams is also on her way. Brother Teslim Akoshile is an imam. He's also, he's here as the imam. So let's just leave it at that. He's a finance person. He has multiple caps, like I did say earlier. Brother Teslim, Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. Let's see your face now. Share the beauty of Allah. Show us. Now Allah has blessed you with a beautiful face. Share with us.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. Yes. So I shared a video that we're going to be discussing today with the crew and our guests. What am I talking about? So there was a video that was circulated some time ago. It was a prank call. A wife was called by someone that was pranking her on behalf of her husband, and it was a disguised hospital. Somebody called from a hospital to say that her husband came to do a DNA test on the children, and incidentally the children turned out not to be her husband's. And of course, initially she was gaga. Now she was upset. Who are you? This, that. But eventually she calmed down and realized that it was a call. It was a prank call, but now the secret is out. The children are not her husband's children. And so I thought we should talk about it on the show today from numerous perspectives. I'm waiting for the lawyer to join in. And my question to her was, when I asked her to come on the show, I asked her, is it possible to make DNA tests a compulsory test for children at birth? Right. And then, so when she joins in, I'll hear her perspective. I'm waiting for Aisha as well. So, Brother Taslim, from, like I did say, we're bringing you on from the perspective of a scholar. Would you call that call a spy? Well, was the husband spying on his wife? And is that allowed Islamically? To what extent can you go to do stuff like that? Would you say that was a spying? In my head, don't let me not come out with my own first. Let me ask you first things first. Was that a spy? Was he spying on his wife by making that prank call?
Bismillah wa salatu ala rasulillah rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli ba'd.
Let me bring Khadija on, Brother Slim. 1 minute. Khadija, you're welcome. Assalamu alaikum. You can unmute yourself and please bring on your beautiful face. Turn on your video. Thank you.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Good, Alhamdulillah. So, I asked,
Alhamdulillah.
Brother Slim is here. He's here in the capacity of a scholar, inshallah. You are going to be talking from
Mm.
legal perspective. And I asked your question, but I'm going to repeat the question. However, Brother Slim will respond first. I asked, is it possible to make DNA a legit test, a compulsory test at birth? Can all children be made to have a DNA test at birth as part of their normal test that they do, like when you're doing the genotype test and all of that? A DNA test as part of the test. I'll come back to you, Khadija, in a minute. Let's have Brother Slim. So I've
Okay.
asked Brother Slim, is it possible that this can be described as a spy? Was the husband spying on the wife to have done that prank call? Yes, Brother Slim. You're not. You're muted. You need to unmute, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
first of all, we are students of knowledge, and
Now
I still continue to see myself as a student of knowledge.
we're all
So,
students, but student past student now, PhD student now students, kindergarten student self now students. So carry on.
okay, so now coming to the subject of discourse, you see, as a matter of fact, there are some principles or there are some social manners in Islam that, if it is observed, it goes a long way to either settle a lot of things or put a lot of evils and harms at bay.
Hmm.
Now, if you're to look at several ahadiths of Rasulullah
Sallallahu alaihi
or
wasallam.
riwayat about events that happened during the time of Rasulullah, especially as they relate to kaba'ir,
Hmm.
that is kaba'ir. When we talk about kaba'ir, we're talking about grave sins, and
Hmm.
one of them is zina. So I'm going to cite a few examples.
Hmm.
One of it is I think on two occasions a male and a female came to Rasulullah
Sallallahu
to
alaihi
confess
wasallam.
that they committed zina, and Rasulullah continued to restrain them, and it was practically discouraging them from coming forward to confess because of the repercussion.
Hmm.
At some point, there was now going by the example of the lady came to Rasulullah
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
and confessed. Rasulullah turned
Sallallahu
away
alaihi
from
wasallam.
her.
Hmm.
She came to the face of Rasulullah once again to confess. Rasulullah turned away from her. Then she persisted. Then Rasulullah said, "Okay, now you are carrying a child in your tummy.
Hmm.
Why not go and maybe later on you may come back?"
Hmm.
She went, thinking that that would be end of it. That would be the end of it. But along the line, she came back again
Hmm.
when
She had
the
delivered the child.
the baby. Rasulullah looked at her and said, "Why can't you go and win this child?"
Hmm.
So all of that was to try to push her away.
Hmm.
She went, winned the child, came back again and said, "Rasulullah, I'm ready for the punishment." He said,
Subhanallah.
"What about your child?" She said, "Yes, the child is now independent and it can cater for itself." So the story continues. So just to tell us how uh, in Islam, much as we just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, "Inna Allah yubul jara bisu min al Allah detests that we proclaim evils.
Hmm.
Then again, another instance I'm going to cite is it's recorded in the hadith of Abi Hurairah radiallahu anhu, where he reported that a man came to Rasulullah and
Sallallahu alaihi
said,
wasallam.
"Ya Rasulullah, my wife got delivered of a dark baby, a dark skinned baby."
Hmm.
Rasulullah
Sallallahu
looked
alaihi
at
wasallam.
the man. The man is an Arabi.
Now, but we can not leave the baby alone. Please let her enjoy herself.
Okay, later, Baba is coming. Now, um, the man came to Rasulullah and said, "Ya Rasulullah, my
Sallallahu alaihi
wife
wasallam.
got delivered of a dark baby."
Hmm.
Rasulullah said, looked at him, he's an Arabi, that's a Bedouin Arab.
Now,
So Rasulullah now took an approach by saying he was looking at the appropriate way to convince him
hmm.
otherwise.
Hmm.
So he said, "Okay, do you have a herd of camel?" He said, "Yes." He said, "What are the colors of your camel?" He said, "They
Hmm.
are mostly red."
Hmm.
He said, "Okay, do you have a grayish color amongst them?" He said, "Yes." He said,
Hmm.
"What do you think would have happened?" He said perhaps one of the ancestors had such kind of color. He said, "Hey, so the same thing in this case.
Allah Akbar. Brother
Perhaps
Teslim, let me pause you right there. And I like I love the way you're going about it. Barakallahu fi. You haven't answered the question, but you're building the case, mashallah, and giving us examples from the Sunnah. Let me come to Sister Khadija very quickly. So my own question to you is very direct. Is it possible that we legitimize, we make it a
Wait, I'm coming.
legal requirement for a DNA test to be conducted at birth so that, everybody knows now who get picking. I mean, get picking. I mean, why would I be spending money on a child and then 18 years old and then they come and tell me that, oh God, you don't do well, but nobody get picking? Can we just make this thing legal at birth?
I don't know. This question I can't really answer. I don't know, because there's a lot of nuances to it. You see, what would you want? Why would you want to make a DNA? Why would you want to do a DNA? Why would you want to make a DNA
A compulsory test?
On what basis would you want to do that?
Okay.
You are not the government is not a party to the people's marriage.
Okay.
So the people that the birth concerns is the father and the mother.
Right.
If they are not insisting on a DNA test, why would the state want to poke nose in their matter? So it's like being a meddlesome interloper in their affairs. It does not concern the state. It's a matter of between the husband and the wife. It's their child. If they want a DNA test, they can ask for a DNA test. But making it compulsory, to me, is dancing into the arena, private affairs arena. Let me even bring it to when they talk about data protection.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to talk much on it because I've really not read those laws. But I'm just going to use, so nobody should quote me legally.
Okay.
I'm just using broad.
Noted. Caveat emptor. Buyers beware. Listeners beware. Listeners beware. My barrister says she's not quoting law. Just listen to her as Khadija.
As Khadija,
right.
please. So, but something.
We've lost Khadija. How painful. Right, Brother Slim, let me come back to you. We've just lost Khadija on that call while she tries to rejoin. Inshallah, we hope that she's able to rejoin. Let me come back to you. So you were you were just in the middle. You've given us a story about the woman who committed adultery and has come to the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he's tried to push her away, but she refused to be pushed away. And you're just about sharing another history with us, so we can build that case before you then land us somewhere. I don't know where the carriers go, but let's be going with you.
Okay, at the carrier now, go safe, please.
All right.
That is now following the story. The Rasulullah Sallallahu looked at the Bedouin Arab, and then he decided to address him in the language he will understand by asking him if he had